Part 3 of The Variable Man by Philip K. Dick. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Reading by Greg Marguerite. Part 3 of The Variable Man by Philip K. Dick. Chapter 4. 3 days later, Joseph Dixon slid a closed-circuit message plate across the desk to his boss. "Here, you might be interested in this." Reinhardt picked the plate up slowly. "What is it? You came all the way here to show me this?" "That's right." "Why didn't you vid-screen it?" Dixon smiled grimly. "You'll understand when you decode it. It's from Proxima Centaurus." "Centaurus?" "Our counterintelligence service. They sent it direct to me. Here, I'll decode it for you. Save you the trouble." Dixon came around behind Reinhardt's desk. He leaned over the commissioner's shoulder, taking hold of the plate and breaking the seal with his thumb. "Hang on," Dixon said. "This is going to hit you hard. According to our agents on Armun, the Centauran High Council has called an emergency session to deal with the problem of Terra's impending attack. Centauran relay carriers have reported to the High Council that the Terran bomb Icarus is virtually complete. Work on the bomb has been rushed through final stages in the underground laboratories under the Ural Range, directed by Terran physicist Peter Sherikov." "So I understand from Sherikov himself. Are you surprised the Centaurans know about the bomb? They have spies swarming over Terra. That's no news." "There's more." Dixon traced the message plate grimly with an unsteady finger. "The Centauran relay carriers report that Peter Sherikov brought an expert mechanic out of a previous time continuum to complete the wiring of the turret." Reinhardt staggered, holding on tight to the desk. He closed his eyes, gasping. "The variable man is still alive," Dixon murmured. "I don't know how or why. There's nothing left of the Albertines, and how the hell did the man get halfway around the world?" Reinhardt opened his eyes slowly, his face twisting. Sherikov. He must have removed him before the attack. I told Sherikov the attack was forthcoming. I gave him the exact hour. He had to get help. From the variable man. He couldn't meet his promise otherwise. Reinhardt leaped up and began to pace back and forth. "I've already informed the SRB machines that the variable man has been destroyed. The machines now show the original 7-6 ratio in our favor, but the ratio is based on false information." "Then you'll have to withdraw the false data and restore the original situation." "No." Reinhardt shook his head. "I can't do that. The machines must be kept functioning. We can't allow them to jam again. It's too dangerous. If Duff should become aware that—" "What are you going to do, then?" Dixon picked up the message plate. "You can't leave the machines with false data. That's treason." "The data can't be withdrawn. Not unless equivalent data exists to take its place." Reinhardt paced angrily back and forth. "Damn it! I was certain the man was dead. This is an incredible situation. He must be eliminated at any cost." Suddenly Reinhardt stopped pacing. "The turret. It's probably finished by this time, correct?" Dixon nodded slowly in agreement. "With the variable man helping, Sherikov has undoubtedly completed the work well ahead of schedule." Reinhardt's gray eyes flickered. "Then he's no longer of any use, even to Sherikov. We could take a chance, even if there were active opposition." "What's this?" Dixon demanded. "What are you thinking about?" "How many units are ready for immediate action? How large a force can we raise without notice?" "Because of the war, we're mobilized on a 24-hour basis. There are 70 air units and about 200 surface units. The balance of the security forces have been transferred to the line under military control." "Men?" "We have about 5,000 men ready to go, still on Terra, most of them in the process of being transferred to military transports. I can hold it up at any time." "Missiles?" "Fortunately, the launching tubes have not yet been disassembled. They're still here on Terra. In another few days they'll be moving out for the colonial fracas." "Then they're available for immediate use?" "Yes." "Good." Reinhardt locked his hands, knotting his fingers harshly together in sudden decision. That will do exactly. Unless I am completely wrong, Sherikov has only a half dozen air units and no surface cars, and only about 200 men. Some defense shields, of course. What are you planning? Reinhardt's face was gray and hard like stone. Send out orders for all available security units to be unified under your immediate command. Have them ready to move by 4 o'clock this afternoon. We're going to pay a visit, Reinhardt stated grimly. A surprise visit on Peter Sherikov. Stop here, Reinhardt ordered. The surface car slowed to a halt. Reinhardt peered cautiously out, studying the horizon ahead. On all sides, a desert of scrubgrass and sand stretched out. Nothing moved or stirred. To the right, the grass and sand rose up to form immense peaks, a range of mountains without end, disappearing finally into the distance. The Urals. Over there, Reinhardt said to Dixon, pointing. See? No. Look hard. It's difficult to spot unless you know what to look for. Vertical pipes, some kind of vent, or periscopes. Dixon saw them finally. I would have driven past without noticing. It's well concealed. The main labs are a mile down. Under the range itself, it's virtually impregnable. Sherikov had it built years ago to withstand any attack from the air by surface cars, bombs, missiles. He must feel safe down there. No doubt. Reinhardt gazed up at the sky. A few faint black dots could be seen moving lazily about in broad circles. Those aren't ours, are they? I gave orders. No, they're not ours. All our units are out of sight. Those belong to Sherikov. His patrol. Reinhardt relaxed. Good. He reached over and flicked on the vidscreen over the board of the car. This screen is shielded? It can't be traced? There's no way they can spot it back to us. It's non-directional. The screen glowed into life. Reinhardt punched the combination keys and sat back to wait. After a time, an image formed on the screen. A heavy face, bushy black beard, and large eyes. Peter Sherikov gazed at Reinhardt with surprised curiosity. Commissioner, where are you calling from? What? How's the work progressing? Reinhardt broke in coldly. Is Icarus almost complete? Sherikov beamed with expansive pride. He's done, Commissioner. 2 days ahead of time. Icarus is ready to be launched into space. I tried to call your office, but they told me... I'm not at my office. Reinhardt leaned toward the screen. Open your entrance tunnel at the surface. You're about to receive visitors. Sherikov blinked. Visitors? I'm coming down to see you. About Icarus. Have the tunnel open for me at once. Exactly where are you, Commissioner? On the surface. Sherikov's eyes flickered. Oh? But... Open up, Reinhardt snapped. He glanced at his wristwatch. I'll be at the entrance in 5 minutes. I expect to find it ready for me. Of course, Sherikov nodded in bewilderment. I'm always glad to see you, Commissioner, but I... 5 minutes, then. Reinhardt cut the circuit. The screen died. He turned quickly to Dixon. You stay up here as we arranged. I'll go down with one company of police. You understand the necessity of exact timing on this. We won't slip up. Everything's ready. All units are in their places. Good. Reinhardt pushed the door open for him. You join your directional staff. I'll proceed toward the tunnel entrance. Good luck. Dixon leaped out of the car onto the sandy ground. A gust of dry air swirled into the car around Reinhardt. I'll see you later. Reinhardt slammed the door. He turned to the group of police crouched in the rear of the car, their guns held tightly. Here we go, Reinhardt murmured. Hold on. The car raced across the sandy ground toward the tunnel entrance to Sherikov's underground fortress. Sherikov met Reinhardt at the bottom end of the tunnel, where the tunnel opened up onto the main floor of the lab. The big Pole approached, his hand out, beaming with pride and satisfaction. It's a pleasure to see you, Commissioner. This is an historic moment. Reinhardt got out of the car with his group of armed security police. Calls for a celebration, doesn't it? He said. That's a good idea. We're 2 days ahead, Commissioner. The SRB machines will be interested. The odds should change abruptly at the news. Let's go down to the lab. I want to see the control turret myself.